Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's time may be ticking. We've got a Republican woman challenging Ock's seat in Congress in the upcoming 2020 election. Her name is Ruth Papazian, and she is sick of young bartender Ocasio-Cortez's impractical ideas and lack of foresight. Ock's recent success in keeping Amazon out Queens, New York, which would have created thousands of much-needed jobs, pushed lifelong Bronx resident Papazian over the edge and convinced her to run against the Democrat representative. Check out this breaking news that hit Twitter. Egyptian-American journalist Ruth Papazian, a Republican, says she plans to run against Ock since Amazon deal collapse. https://t.co/yam is 4ox9mt. Ryan Saavedra, at Real Saavedra. April 22, 2019. Ruth Papazian gave an exclusive interview to Martha MacCallum on Fox News, where she talked about why she is running against Ock. Check out the clip for yourself here. Fox News Insider has more details about Papazian's decision to run against Ock, a Republican from the East Bronx who said she is fed up with Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, DNY, spoke exclusively to Martha MacCallum about her new 2020 campaign to unseat the Democratic Socialist. MacCallum said that Ocasio-Cortez's successful bid to keep Amazon out of the New York City borough of Queens was the last straw for medical magazine writer Ruth Papazian. Papazian, a lifelong Bronxite and daughter of Egyptian immigrants, said that if Ocasio-Cortez was set on fighting to keep Amazon out of Queens, she should have been fighting to bring Amazon to the Bronx. Papazian said Ocasio-Cortez parachuted into Rep. Caroline Maloney's, DNY, neighboring congressional district and succeeded in killing the Amazon deal in Long Island City, Queens. She said that Ocasio-Cortez, who is also from the Bronx, should know how important the borough's warehousing industry is to working-class people in her district. What about all those construction jobs that went bye-bye? Papazian asked. She wants to defund ICE, open the border to all comers, and unionized Americans now need to compete with illegal aliens for construction jobs. Papazian called the Green New Deal a jobs killer and said that she is ready to take on Ocasio-Cortez in the 2020 election, despite a large deficit in the number of Republican to Democratic voters in the district. Despite the Bronx being overrepresented by Dems, Papazian seems to be gaining support. Take a look at these tweets encouraging her. Let's change that. Republicans can't win in the Bronx? Yes, they can. Bring jobs back. Ock lost 25,000 jobs. How's that working out for you? Elect a Republican, Ruth Papazian, if she runs against incompetent Ock. Save America, vote Republican. Throg's Neck. Vote Republican, USA, USA. Renata Toffel, at Bella_Tuscany, April 22, 2019. The New York Post commented on Papazian's ability to win in her campaign against Ocasio-Cortez. The Green New Deal is a job killer, Papazian said of the Congresswoman's environmental agenda. Mike Volpe, a 48-year-old Republican resident from Throg's Neck, agreed. You don't even have to tell me Papazian's name, she already has my vote, he said. Will she lose with or without my vote? Probably. But you never know. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that Ocasio-Cortez is an empty vessel with a really loud mouth. Another GOPer, Luana Malavolta, 58, also of Throg's Neck, called Papazian really smart. We could certainly use somebody in the Bronx who understands health, because that's what constituents need, she said, asserting that the borough's older constituents could give the fledgling candidate a boost. As for Ock, Malavolta added, I think she's just a dumb kid who answered a casting call. But some Bronx Democrats scoffed at the idea that any Republican could win the seat back. What chance does a Republican have of winning a district where there are 5-6 times as many registered Democrats as Republicans? Said Egidio Cementilli, 54, a politically active Democrat from Pelham Bay. I'm a supporter of Ocasio-Cortez. I think she's shaking up the world. Fellow Democratic resident Clara Figueras, 35, of Morris Park added, "This is my first time hearing Papazian name, so I'd have to do some research before I decided who I'd vote for. But honestly, I can tell you right now that Alexandria most likely will get my vote. I wasn't happy about Amazon, I'll admit that. I think she was too focused on the tax incentives and didn't see the bigger picture of how Amazon would help New Yorkers in the long run. But she's got a big vision and a lot of energy, and I think all she has to do is control her passion. Any Republican faces long odds in taking on Ocasio-Cortez. Her district is overwhelmingly Democratic and the Socialist Democrat beat her GOP rival last year by 78 to 14%. Papazian said she's confident she can find voters who aren't enthralled with the congresswoman. "There are Albanian immigrants in my community who've lived under socialism and communism, and they want no part of it. They are hard-working, entrepreneurial and are striving to achieve the American dream. Ocasio-Cortez certainly doesn't represent them," she said. Papazian may just be able to pull off ousting Ock, as she is being advised by Trump's former campaign manager. Fox News has more details. Former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski is working with a Republican candidate in a long-shot bid to dethrone U.S. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, DNY. The freshman congresswoman's approval rating has dwindled since her election win in November thanks to numerous controversies and a firebrand style that tends to turn off many voters, sparking efforts by both Democrats and Republicans to oust the card-carrying Democratic Socialist. In New York City, Ocasio-Cortez's favorability rating took a dive after she led an effort to block a deal that would have brought thousands of Amazon jobs to the borough of Queens. Her use of misleading information painted the plan as a massive government giveaway, even though it would have generated billions in tax revenue and 25,000 jobs. Lewandowski has apparently agreed to serve as an unofficial advisor to Ruth Papazian, a medical journalist, and her campaign to unseat Ocasio-Cortez, New York Magazine reported. Lewandowski was instrumental in helping get then GOP candidate Donald Trump's 2016 bid off the ground and into the mainstream, even as polls and critics deemed his candidacy unlikely. You might like previous post next let's block ads. Why?